Charity grew up surrounded by ease, not the kind that teaches gratitude, but the kind that removes effort entirely. From her earliest memories, life was already arranged for her. She lived in a city home that stood tall and confident, polished enough to announce importance without words. Inside those walls, nothing waited to be done. Everything responded to her voice. She never learned how to wash clothes or make a bed. Sweeping a floor was something she had only seen others do. If she wanted water, she called out. If food came late, her voice rose. If something displeased her, everyone felt it. People moved carefully around Charity. Maids walked in silence, afraid of her temper. Even adults avoided correcting her. She liked that feeling. The power, the control, the way her words could stop a room. To her, this was normal. This was what money looked like. At school, nothing changed. Charity attended one of the best secondary schools in the city, a place built on discipline and structure. But she treated rules as suggestions meant for others. She arrived late, ignored corrections, and smiled through warnings. Whenever punishment came close, it disappeared after a call home. She learned quickly that consequences did not apply to her. Lessons went on while her head rested on the desk. Sometimes her phone glowed quietly beneath the table. Grades slipped, but she didn't care. In her mind, success had nothing to do with effort. Money would handle everything later. Her classmates noticed. Some admired her lifestyle, others feared her, most kept their distance. At home, her parents watched in silence. Her father was a respected man, known for integrity and moral strength. In church, people listened when he spoke. Her mother was gentle, thoughtful, admired for her calm wisdom. Together, they appeared to be raising a perfect child. But behind closed doors, worry filled the house. Her mother remembered a different Charity, a softer child, eager for stories and affection. Now, greetings were rushed or missing entirely. Advice was dismissed with laughter. Concern was brushed away as exaggeration. Visitors noticed too. Maids left often. Whispers followed the family into public spaces. One comment, spoken gently after church, settled heavily in her mother's heart. Your daughter is beautiful, but her character needs watching. That night, tears fell quietly. Charity felt untouchable, protected by status, shielded by wealth. She believed nothing serious could ever touch her until the day she crossed a line that could not be ignored. A visitor was openly insulted over something small. The room fell silent. Her father's voice, sharp and unfamiliar, cut through the air. He demanded an apology. Charity laughed. That laugh broke something. Later that evening, her parents spoke honestly for the first time in years. They spoke of fear, of guilt, of how love, when unchecked, can become damage. One decision stood out: heavy, painful, necessary: boarding school. The thought brought no peace, only silence, the kind that comes when love must hurt to heal. Charity slept that night, unaware that her comfort was ending. The next day passed normally for her. Laughter, carelessness, no suspicion, until she was called to sit. The words landed slowly, clear: final, boarding school, discipline, structure. At first she laughed, then she realized no one was joking. Anger followed, betrayal, tears, shouting, doors slammed, words spoken that could not be taken back. But the decision stood. Preparations were made quietly. A school known for strict order, a house feared even by stubborn children, and one woman whose name carried weight wherever it was mentioned. Charity dismissed it all with confidence. They can't change me. On the day she arrived, confidence cracked. The buildings were old and serious. No bright colors, no noise. Students moved in order, silent and focused. This place did not bend. From the first instruction, Charity felt it. No shouting, no pleading, just calm authority. She carried her own box. She changed quickly. She stood when told. Time moved differently here. Beds were aligned, shoes arranged, mistakes noticed. When duties came, Charity laughed until punishment followed. Talking back brought consequences. Refusal brought more. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Slowly, resistance weakened. She learned to wake early, to clean properly, to walk without complaint. Punishment no longer felt personal, it felt corrective. One day, praise came quietly, simple, unexpected. It stayed with her longer than any punishment. When illness came, care followed, not soft, but genuine. And in that moment, Charity understood something new. Discipline without care is cruelty, but discipline with care is love. Her heart softened. She began to help, to listen, to greet people properly. Laughter returned, real laughter, not mockery. Leadership came later, not through force, but trust. Where she once shouted, she now guided. Where she once insulted, she now protected. Even conflict tested her growth. When provoked, she chose restraint. When wronged, she chose forgiveness. That choice changed more than punishment ever could. Academically, she improved. Not because she became brilliant overnight, but because she became consistent. Effort replaced entitlement. When her parents came for holidays, they barely recognized her. Her voice had changed. Her posture had changed. Her presence felt calm. Years passed. Charity became someone others leaned on. A reminder that change is possible. That character is built, not inherited. When she returned to that school years later, not as a student but as a speaker, memories flooded back. Fear, tears, growth. Standing before new students, she spoke simply. I used to think respect was something people owed me. I was wrong. Character matters more than comfort. And change, though painful, is always possible. Applause followed, not loud pride, but deep peace. Charity had become better. And somewhere in the crowd, a stubborn child listened quietly, thinking, maybe I can change too. Because the truth is simple, no one is beyond growth. No one is too spoiled to learn. And sometimes the hardest decisions are the ones that save us.